And now? Oh, there we go. I see. Now? Okay. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Hello, I'm Mary Gunn. I'm Mary Gunn Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University. Welcome to the second Cards Plus show of September 2021, where we are making postcards. If you didn't see last week's, it was a bust. And I don't know what happened. There is some rumor that I had the mute button on. But I thought I checked it. I really, really did. But it's gone. And the week before we talked about postcards, and we're going to go back down and talk about I mailed some to myself. Let's look at them. If you've never been to Fun University, we are mostly card makers. And we maybe do a different approach than some. We don't do any product promotion or anything. I use mostly old stuff, and we try to talk about just a little different approach, like postcards. I think postcards are the greatest. I do love them, and they do come in two basic sizes. You can get bigger ones. There's even some that are huge, like 6 by 9, but you have to have some kind of business deal association with it. So I don't know what that's all about. But these are the basic sizes that we were talking about last week. This is a 3.5 by 5.5, I think. Yep, 3.5 by 5.5. And then this is a 4 by 6, which is like a standard photo size. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my thoughts on photos too. But this one, I didn't put any kind of protection on the front. Didn't use any kind of glaze, didn't use nothing. And this is just on cardstock. So you'll see that there was a little bit of stamping by someone else other than moi. And then on the back, I had gone ahead and made it into a postcard on my computer. So, and then just wrote a note to myself. I want to say hi to everybody too, as I see you guys falling in here. Hi, Lee and Karen and Christina and Jamie. You guys are Judy. How nice to see you guys. Catherine. I'm happy to see you. And Jamie in the back. Jamie's in the back row back there. Yep, in 3 different continents. Isn't that something? It really is. It's just amazing. And Craft Roulette, which is our sister show. If you didn't see the Mary Gunn Fun Craft Roulette page announcement or in the Craft Roulette show group, we were mentioned in a magazine by Vicky Ruda in the UK. So bravo. Isn't that fun? So anyway, I just went ahead and typed this up and put my address in. So if you want to do something like that, it worked. It worked, and I just made a table, a 1-cell table. And you could doll it up in different ways, but I thought it was pretty cool. This one I just put Versamark on and then clear embossed it. And it does have a little more heft because of it. This one's pretty flimsy, but I think that's how the nature of postcards can be. So, hi Linda. But this one definitely was a little more protected. It did get a little smudge from somebody somewhere. But none of the printing on it. But I kind of like the printing, so it didn't bother me. And then same thing, except I filled in my own address. And just another thing here is to think of, you've got this kind of thing going on too. So when you go to write on the back, make sure you leave a little room. A lot of the old postcards will have a little information or at the top or bottom. See how they have these little things that come along? Those are not from me. But they have a little information about whatever's on the front, which I think would be kind of fun to just type in really small type and add on. I'm pretty much sure that I don't want to dabble in layers. That's the only thing that I remember talking about too much about last week. Just keeping it, it's like a one layer card. And so you have to remember what you're going to do on this, what media you're using on this side so it doesn't bleed through to the other too. So some things to think about, but this was just regular cardstock. So, and it went through just fine. Nobody left me a nasty note in my post office box and said, you can't do that. It was nothing. It was easy. So I was thinking too, Tuesday night we made this little guy on study hall, and I was thinking, you know, this is basically this size. You could make a little, you could draw a little camper. Just do a little drawing this simple, and then maybe a little bit smaller, but take a rectangle, cut off an end, put a little, and you could do your own little picture, and you don't have to have a stamp or anything. You could make your own, and you can just draw it just like that instead of using paper piecing. Just color it. and there's more. You could even color it with crayons, and then you wouldn't have to worry about this going on there because it would be like a resist. So there's lots of bonuses there. But I'm just thought of that just about 10 minutes ago. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned it so I can come back to it. I think it would be fun, don't you? Just a little postcard with a cute little thing. I might make it tonight. I don't know. Couple things. There are this particular Strathmore mixed media sheets. There's a little drawing I did yesterday. Is pretty nice. It's pretty thick, and it would cut down to how big is it? It is 8.5 by almost by 5.5. So you could do a 5.5 by 3.5, a couple of them. And it's the reason I'm thinking about this is it's pretty thick cardstock. So I think it would be a good mix for the idea here. But I don't think it wants to tear out very easily. So let's give it just a little bit of help. There we go. Ha ha ha. And that was the Strathmore mixed media. So it's pretty smooth. I'm sure it's a little this one feels a little smoother. But and there's probably better paper gurus that can tell you more about this, but I think it's fairly smooth, but it's thick enough. I think it has enough heft. That's the thing that really attracts me to it. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5 that way, and then cut it 3.5 this way. And I think this is like the basic envelope kind of thing. You have to have certain sizes to go through the machinery without an issue. So, you know, there are also like glazes and different things that I have not tried, and I went and looked all over the place for glazes, and they were like $15, and I couldn't tell which one I should get. So I just said, you know, I'll just do Versamark and clear embossing, because that clear embossing goes forever. And I'm just going to roll with that. So then I thought, ooh, how about and I was going to show this last week. How about some watercolor paper? Because that's thicker. Yeah. And so I did. I cut out some watercolor and just did watercolor. I didn't mask it or tape it down or anything. And then when it was still drying, I just stuck it under something heavy. And it's a little wonky, but it's going to go through the mail just fine. Had a crummy little stamping up there, and that was all going on last week when my sound wasn't working. There's that terrible rumor that I had the mute button on. But this, you know, I think there's a little trend going on, and that is to do some mixed media, so to speak, with watercolor, and then blend or coloring in with colored pencil. Remember, this is my 97-cent package of colored pencils, and they're just dandy. Just dandy. So, what are you guys getting in? Oh, nice. You guys are having some good chit-chat time. That's good. But then I'm just going to go ahead and color it in over it. Then this pencil is a little bit waxy too, I think. So it might have a little bit of resist to the post office gremlins. But you can just come in and do this. While I'm thinking of this, I did mention photographs. Yes, because photographs are generally 4 by 6 inches. But they're flimsy, and they've got something on the back. I don't think I would want to use this as a postcard. You can get postcards made. You can scan this in or upload a photo. Isn't that pretty? Or you can scan it in and upload a photo to other places and make postcards. But I was thinking I wondered if you could even do that and then just print it on some cardstock at home too. Especially, I don't know, maybe some black and whites would work better. Wouldn't, but I only have a black and white, so I don't really know. But it might be a kind of a cool look. So if you had some kind of postcard and then on the back, when you do print out on cardstock, then you could put the little blurb down here on where you were or what it was about, and you could make you sound like your backyard was a destination site. Distressed glaze. I have not, Christina, tried that, but I think it sounds like it would probably work. So, oh, good. 5K. It was a little late, I guess, but I mailed it quite a while ago, I think. So, anyway, was it your birthday card? I kind of lose track of everything. But mail is like that to me. I'll mail it and I'm done. And then it's kind of like I forget that I mailed it. So I do keep notes on what I mail, but anyway, so I was thinking, you could, I think it would work. Go ahead and try. I wouldn't want to do this one on black and white, but you could do black and white photos. Like even of you as a kid would be cool. And print it on cardstock and see if that goes through. I think it might be kind of groovy. I don't know, but I think it might be kind of groovy. So, just another way to play with your ideas. Oh, that's really orange. I didn't know that was going to come out so much. Maybe I will. Tomorrow is my errand day, and maybe I will go get some Distress Glaze and try this and mail it to myself again. I get the best mail for myself. It's like, not really. But maybe I can do a black and white picture too and see how that works. And then since I wasn't here last week, because there's that nasty rumor that I had that mute button made or poked in, well, this would have been the third week had I not had that Eunice experience with the mute button. And so next week we'll come back and finish up with our postcards. So even though it's the fourth week of the month, fourth Thursday of the month, we'll go ahead and meet. And if you can come and check in with us, that'd be great. Do love a little yellow, warm yellow in the windows of my campers. It just seems so sweet and welcoming. But see how that color, that pencil, these cheapo pencils are just the greatest. And then I'll just do a little groundwork here. Too bad that didn't turn out too well. Oh well. And then probably you could do, I don't know, if gel pen works on this or not. It's pretty bumpy. Sure it does. Good gel pen. Wonder if I could write trails better then. It's kind of a mess anyway, so what's it gonna hurt? Well, it's making this dirty. And it's not the same font because the other font was fancier. But it could be its own look. Nobody needs to know what it was originally. Unless you had the stamp set. And, all deals are off. This looks like the autumn colors that there. That looks better. It looks kind of funny, but it looks better. And we'll go ahead and just fill in a little right in here, just to give it a little bit of pop, because it's pretty all kind of blendy indie. There we go. You could do a little thing around the edge too, I suppose. I'm not sure I'm getting much bang for my effort though. You have similar pencils? Yeah, they're just cheap little grade school type pencils. It was a birthday card. Okay, that's what I thought, you know. And then last week when you said it was your birthday, and I thought, I almost panicked. And I thought, oh, did I send her one? But you're in the group that is on our, that we have cards with. So I had that down. So that was good. So how about a little Sharpie action then? I'll just try that, and that'll make it look. This is just a little bit bigger than an A2 size card, so if you made one a front and then just think, oh, I think I'd rather do this as a easel card or a gatefold card or something else comes up in your mind, you can just trim it down a little bit and make it a regular A2 or whatever you want, which is kind of a nice option. You don't have to be married. That does look kind of cute. And then maybe you could draw some little trees around it, maybe? I don't know. Do I have a pencil? I wonder what a couple trees would be like. Just kind of funny ones. Or clouds. I think I'll do trees. Kind of basic cut there, kind of basic. You can erase this too, and it doesn't take off the watercolor. At least I don't think it does. Here we go. Tree one. Sharpie should be good in the mail too. So maybe just knowing what ink you use would be helpful. There we go. Tree two. And just some little, so you know what it is. It's a tree. It's such a tree. It's got fall colors already. This is a little micro sand eraser, so I think, yep, tested it along there and it's just fine. Didn't take off a lick of that paint. And it did take off the pencil, so that's a plus. Well, this is turning out kind of cute. I thought it was going to be kind of a dud, but I think it's kind of a cute little dud. Then you could, is there a purple? That's not purple. Is there purple in here? No. What's it? My kingdom for a purple. So you can really see the texture on the paper there because it's watercolor paper. But that's gonna just, we're just gonna use that texture for some fun. I like it. You always try things. It's just paper. Here's some brown. Those darn leaves are going to start falling soon at our house, and there's a lot of leaves. Look how cozy that is. see you and Yogi Bear soon. There you go. So anyway, you definitely get the idea. So I'm going to try some microglaze on it, I think. I'll try that. But a cute dud. Nothing like a cute dud. Yeah, cute duds are all right, aren't they, Grandma Gay? You know, I think I want one more little tree that looks a little funny. Just a little short one right here. And then we'll give it just a little trunk. So it looks more like it's... Is this the same color? It's the same kind of tree. And this is such a realistic rendering, you know. You could, look at that, come in then with the point on it and give it a little contour job here. You could do this with any color, watercolor background at all, or if you wanted to do it with ink blending too, if you like that better. Just make sure that when you do the watercolor blending stuff, you get it under something heavy so it doesn't get too buckly. And the less water you use, if you use enough water to blend but not so much to buckle, you'll be a happier camper. That's my thinking. And just go ahead and fill in those little red leaves. Well, isn't that just adorable? I do get on a binge, and so there we go. That's good enough until I think of the next thing. But I like it. Happy trails. Then come on the back. And I got a little color back there, but then you just do the little address over here. Give it a little space here. There we go. And it will be off and ready. There we go. I love it. I love it. Here's another one. This is a 4x6, and it was another blobby one. Actually, I think this one was like the second hand paint job of this. And so I was just playing with it and looking for shapes in it, and pardon me, I did come up with a little rainbow-ish thing and some clouds. That's all the farther I got on that. But I don't know what to do down here, but I don't think I'd want to go too far. But I can play on that too, and maybe a little water or a little reflection. I don't know. But I was just playing with that, and then there's some blending that I did recently, and you could do that too. You could, as long as you think of ways to do a one-layer card that doesn't bleed through, you'll have some fun with it. This was the Strathmore watercolor paper that I used because it's just about the right size. It was same kind of thing, 5.5 by 8.5. So you can do 5.5 by 3.5, 2 postcards per sheet. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, I think. Pretty sweet. So I think that is a fun little project. All right. So we've talked about this. We've talked about that. I did want to show you something. I was looking in my scrapbook today, and thank you, Rachel Castle, because I had to find something, because my scrapbooks are historic and I put a lot of information in them, and I found postcards on a scrapbook page. And look, they're really cute. Apparently I had a postcard stamp, but you wouldn't have to, and it's not like regulation size, so I don't think you could send this, but just decorated one side. And since I wasn't going to mail it, I can do more layers than just one, and then just wrote my journaling in. Oh my goodness, he was 3. We had him till he was 16. And then just added the journaling and just decorated it a little bit. There's Mr. Producer. He was just a kid there on our Rio. And there's a couple more. So I used 4 as ways to use for journaling. I guess I got kind of windy on this one because it goes on and on. But yep, just random random shots from June. There's my daylily garden from way back when. My baby doggy. So that was another fun way. And so you could definitely make this up and do it for a card front, for instance. There's just no... You still have that stamp set? Oh, Amy, it was an old one. I got rid of it. I think back in the... I used to think, oh, you got to get rid of everything. And, you know, when they would go off the market, I got rid of so many things. So, anyway, let's find something and play like we're going to do something like that. So I pulled this guy out last week. I just put him back because I hadn't put anything back. So we'll make it about 5.5. Whoops. I don't know how big that is. Because I got something on there, some ucky stuff. Okay, so if we wanted to make this, it's going to be a little tricky with this, but let's pretend that we're going to make a postcard. I'll just stick it out here so you can see it. A postcard that we're going to put on the front of a card. We might want to make it a little smaller. Nope, yep. Nope, yep. I don't want to cut that bird's face off. So I'm going to work around the bird's face and his rump more than I'm going to worry about the size because I'm not going to mail it. We'll go ahead and do another one of these deals. And this could also, you can also make faux postcards and put them like as little fun tuckers in little pockets and things too. So think how cute. I mean, this sounds like something Amy Owen would do. Think how cute a little mailbox would be with tiny little postcards that come out, that sticking out of it. Doesn't that just sound like you, Amy Owen? I think so. And then we'll just go ahead and, this is kind of a fat line. I think I'll go a little skinnier. We'll just pretend that it's going to go to somebody. And if you knew who it was for, you could put like birthday girl, anniversary couple, rock star, whatever. Toby Keith, come play a set in my backyard right now. We have pizza. So, doesn't that sound like it would work? Dear Toby Keith, we have pizza. I know that you don't have it in where you live. It does sound like something, that's right. You can still use it, just make it card size regulation. Yep, you could, we're just going to put it on here and pretend that it's the card front. And let's get a little, let's go yellow for a little bit of surround sound. Technicolor. I think I better get something to put under there. There we go. It'll show up here pretty fast. Okay, I'm trying to break the habit of having my ink over here. That's silly. I'm trying to bring it over here like it should be so I don't cross over. That's just more work than I need. Has anybody ever read 12 or 8 is, no, not 8 is enough, 12, Cheaper by the Dozen? The guy is, it's an old book, but it's delightful. And he's a efficiency expert. So he times his 12 kids, and it's a good old book. I might have to reread it. It's been many, many, many years. And one thing he did was he put Morse code on the stairwell going down in his house, so his kids would look at it on their way down the stairs and learn Morse code. I thought that was pretty smart. I always thought I'd do it, but I never quite did. Okay, so we've got that, and we could put that on a little mat. That would be pretty. And you could decorate this little faux postcard just however you want. It doesn't, since it's going on a card, it can be, you can have all sorts of regulation busters. It's just kind of fun. There we go. Those are cute. That's just a Project Life or PML, Project Life. What's the Picture My Life card from Close to My Heart? I think it's just, it is real cute. Do we need anything else? Maybe it could be a flat card. It's cute. And then for your little, I know I have some little stamps here that look postagey. See, I do. I have some little stamps here that look postagey. But maybe we don't like the look. We could make our own little postagey looking thing. Just get a little piece of, we can make our own little stamp. So this is just over 1 inch by just under 1 inch. Very, very specific numbers. It might be too big. Yeah, I think it is. So now it's going to be about 1 inch by even less than just under 1 inch. There we go. Then I think you'd want to have some little, you could make it jaggedy if you have a jaggeder. Oh, that one had something on it. You can just rough up the edges too, I think. If you have a little die that does this, that'd be cute with a little scallop. I have looked at those and I just can't I haven't found the one I want. So, you know, and I think we're going to be just, sun keeps coming up. I'm doing fine without it. And then because we are going to be excessive and make it super cute, just go ahead. Always have your washi tape at the ready for your super cutifying things. It may not be quite, you know, those stamps that people make for the post office are just remarkable. I got some the other day that have suns on them. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. Totally impressive. Once I've got yellow out, we'll just add some yellow. There we go. Yeah. Then we'll just stick a tiny stamp and maybe write a number. See, we've got birds. So what do we need? What do we need? This has got some little stamps. How about just a little, the birds fly and a little jet flies. Okay, hope it works now that I've done this much work. There we go. See the little post thing? And then we'll add, how much should we have it be? 5 cents? Sure. Why not? Hope they don't try to take this off and use it. Like, oh, it's not canceled. I better put a cancel through it. My red Solo cups, yes. And, oh, is that what I need? Red Solo cups and beer? Toby. He needs, don't you think that would just be the best thing for his, you know, like, I'm going to lose that. Don't you think that would just be great on YouTube? Toby Keith just shows up and plays an acoustic set in somebody's backyard. I mean, it is like a, oh, that looks great. A YouTube, or a, yeah, YouTube and Instagram dream. So, okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and just write happy birthday over here and then say, and then personalize the card to the birthday. Oh, maybe I should say come see me and put Toby. That looks a little too, I don't think Toby would go for this one. So, this has been, it'll happen someday. Tobes, come on over. Red Solo cup. I just think we'd have a nice evening. I'm not asking for much, am I? Mm-mm. I don't think so. He should be. It's just the next state. He lives in Oklahoma. I'm in, well, almost Oklahoma. I'm on almost Kansas. There we go. Dang, that's turning out kind of cute. To birthday girl. Then you could put their birthday, but I don't know who's going to get this, so I'm going to leave that there. But there you can use a faux postcard. I think it turned out good. I like it. You like it? So we've got faux birthday card, or faux postcards for journaling. I think that's very cool. We've got watercolor postcard for fun. I always going to get the distress glaze for that. Then we did a little tiny faux postcard using a Picture My Life or Project Life card, which made a really fast, you gotta admit, that was a pretty fast card. Did a little stenciling in the back, make it look personal. We're going to say birthday girl and then put birthday and wherever they live or something. That'd be cute. It would be a cute birthday card. I like it. I do. It's cute. Oh, I love it when you talk the same language as I do, 5K. So, okay, well, we've done those. We'll just leave those right here. We do run through things, don't we? Now let's try, because I think we can do it. Let's try something that's going to be similar to that, just on this. This is regulation size. Let's see what we can do. It's a regulation size postcard. So, just for fun. Let's start as an inch in and go a little too far. Just go a little too far, and then we'll leave it about an inch at the bottom. And it doesn't matter too much. We'll just do that. And this. It's going to be tricky to do this without paper. I've never done it without paper. But we can also put the hitch out here, and we don't have to worry about it all being lined up too much, which is kind of nice. Okay, I take that back. It's really nice. Now, I need a template for a circle, though. I'm not going to I don't want to make it too organic. I think that would just be more than I want to do. More. I don't know if it's even worth it. And I can't use anything that's going to bleed through, so I can't use Copics. That's interesting. Here's something. Here's my template. It might be too big. Ooh, that's a really big tire. Looks like a grain hopper. Okay, you don't need that big a tire, dude. There we go. Ooh, wiggled. All right. Then we can put it in a door. We can make it any shape. We don't have to do too much fancy stuff here. We can make it look hobbity. Make it a little hobbity. And we can make this cobblestony. Because you can draw things that you can't paper piece too well. Frodo's house. And then, they have round windows, I believe. But not today. We're not in the Shire. And then you can put some little posies. And we can draw those in. Let's draw it in and see how it goes. What with the tape on, just to find it, Grandma Gay, I just put this on here so I could find it because it blends in so much. So that's all. I just put it in there so I can find the darn thing. And then I put sup because if you put it this way, it doesn't catch. It doesn't have a lip. And so I put sup so I know that that's the right side up. And yep, that's all there is to it. Because it blends in and I kept losing it. I didn't want to lose it. Okay, so you don't have, when you do draw things, you don't have to follow those lines precisely. That would be a real bummer if you did. We're going to give them cobblestones. I don't know. This is I don't know. They probably have a door handle in the middle. It's been a long time since I watched Frodo. It's such an investment when you watch Frodo. It goes forever. Hey, Smurf. You're good. Hi, Gail. I came sneaking in there. Amy Keeler's here too. Ooh. Well, I'm just kind of doing freeform here tonight. I'm just having fun with this whole concept here. I'm not doing anything too earth-shaking. But it's fun. Put another little detail that makes it nice. Add some more detail. I have to. There we go. So what do you do? Where's the Shire? What would you have around the Shire? Oh, probably a little brook and some, maybe, it kind of looks like it. You could do fairy trailers too. Wouldn't that be cute? I don't know how to do fairy trailers, but I think it'd be cute. So let's get off those pencils before we go getting color on there, because we don't if we have a light color, we don't want that pencil to get locked in underneath there. So yesterday I sat out. It was a perfect day. It was like 80 degrees. Perfect. And I have screen porch that is idyllic. And I had the ceiling fan on, and it's in the shade, and it was just, I was tired, and I just could not get out of out of that screen porch. So I thought, okay, I'm watching all these silly YouTube things and going, you should at least draw something today. So I got my sketch pad and started drawing things, and then, or just one thing, and I think we'll say Frodo here. So when I make signs, I write the word first, and then come in and make the sign around it. Because otherwise, you end up with a word that's going to be all screwed up. So I got this, I did my drawing, and then I couldn't find my kneaded eraser, and so it's not finished. But are those kneaded? I cannot tell you how many kneaded erasers I have lost over the years, and they're just invaluable. But that's the way it goes. So maybe he's going to have on a little hilly place here. We can bring this little stick down a little bit farther, and we can make some different color greens. Frodo, he would be interesting to have come to the house too. I don't know if he sings, but he could bring his red solo cup. And the precious. No, the precious is gone. Do we want some more flowers sticking up? Then we don't have to do too much in the house. This is kind of a fat pen for this. There we go. Put some tape on the kneaded eraser. That's a great idea, Grandma Gay. Gosh, I wish it would work. Do I remember Lucille Ball in the long trailer? No, I don't. Oh, but you could make a slim line. Oh my gosh. Yep, go call your sister, Amy. That's right, craft roulette tomorrow. Oh man, craft roulette tomorrow. It's gonna be fun, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna have fun drawing this. I'm gonna have to look at backgrounds, but I can work on I'll do the ground first, and then we'll call it a night. Let's get out some blues and some greens, because that'll make a pretty grass. We'll put a dark green on the... Oh, that's not dark green at all. You lied. You dirty, rotten liar. I thought you were going to be darker. That is a nice pencil. Distress glaze. Tell me, does anybody have any experience with distress glaze? So we're going to go ahead and do 3s, because, you can still do that when you're doing coloring. Don't freak out if it doesn't work out that way, but at least when you start, you can do it. It may not end it that way. I don't know if the Michaels I go to has it, but I bet they do. I'll see. This will look very fanciful, but yeah, if you're like a fairy gardener, you could do all sorts of really fun stuff with this. And another thing you can do when you draw your own, if you want another place, you can just color it, draw it in. This is just simple shapes. And I think it's going to be kind of an odd looking thing, but I think it's going to be fun at the same time. And I'm coloring as fast as I can. So, Who knows? But I do have on glasses, so there's a chance I'll be able, that I'm doing better than if I did not. Well, this one's darker. I thought it was going to be lighter. Oh, the mysteries of life. I'm just going to take this one home. And we'll just pretend there's no line there and take it on over all the way across. Frodo's house. What color do they have in the Shire? Distress glaze. A little goes a long way. Put some on your finger and a very light coating. Yep, okay. But is it water resistant? And the other, just remember on your water resistant thing, just do the one side but not the back. I think that they would appreciate that. Hi, Kim Dixon. It's nice to have you show up any way, shape, or form. We're just kind of having a good time anyway. How about a periwinkle? A lovely periwinkle door. I don't know if they, I don't think that's very, I don't think they have that in the Shire at all. I think they have more natural colors, but you know, they're going psychedelic here. I don't think I need to finish this tonight. I think you guys probably have had enough. Let's go ahead and review what we did and call it a night. We've done postcards. Once again, this is another one just out of, this color's really great. This is the one that I made with the mixed media Strathmore, if you are counting and keeping track of score. And then I did some watercolor with the Strathmore watercolor little pads because they're easy to trim down and make a postcard with. So, but I'm going to put some distress glaze on this and see if it works or not to protect it. We looked at the ones that we sent last week and they both went through the mail just fine, so you can use cardstock. But this one did feel better and it didn't have any of the writing on the front. So if you want the writing on the front not to be there, use some kind of protection on the front. We looked at how I had used, once upon a time, used some a postcard stamp and made journaling fields with them, which I think it's really cute. I like it a lot. It's just like I wrote little postcards about what was going on that summer. None of these pictures went together or anything, but the postcards pulled them together, so that's kind of groovy. Then we made a faux postcard, even some faux postage, and just out of a graphics card or Picture My Life or Project Life, and trimmed it down, put a little stenciling in the back, and put it on an A2 size card, which makes it a fun little birthday card. So we're going to do happy birthday to the birthday girl, her date of birth, and then wherever she lives. So that will be, and then this crazy thing. I don't know what this, oh look, it comes through, the Sharpie comes through. So I don't know if I like that at all. I don't know. That may just go into the trash. Anyway, it's fine. We do want to thank our patrons. I sure appreciate you guys. We're waiting. We haven't done the Craft for Math from last week. We're waiting for the microphone. So one was really acting up. We have two, and one was acting up real badly. So, and that's the one that Stephen uses during the show, the Craft for Math show. So we are waiting for that. I thought it would come today. So we will get that though. Even if we do two with after tomorrow and then last week, it'll be fine. The shows will be fine. We have some good giveaways for submitters, contributors this weekend. So make sure that you come along and watch the show and get your parameters and get your card in this weekend, because you're gonna want to be in the running for those. But you guys, we do have some. Kim Dixon has joined us. Jeannie Coelho. You guys are just the best. I kiss your brains. I made kind of goofy postcards tonight, Christina, but it was okay. still opened up some more ideas on how to use the postcard concept, I think. So that's okay. I did bust my dish. Yeah, oh, wait, I can show you something here, and then we'll go. I did bust my dish the other day, and I found this little thing, and it was just a tag, and I added some Nuvo stuff and wrote, "Hey, hot stuff" on it, and then stuck it on a card with some background. I thought that was just a tag that was in my stash. Found this little guy that was in my stash as well. I think I did this on a class one time, but just add a little doolally here and there, and then stuck it on a card, and so I have another card. And then this is how I changed my card from last week on the show and made it into a shaker. And I shakered some of the stuff right out, and then added some Kerwin for a couple little kitties to be at the fire. So, you know, the show is great, but sometimes doesn't have enough time, and I don't have enough brain power to do the whole thing. So anyway, it's fun to be able to go back and do all those things. Yes, please, thumbs up if you can. If you're watching the replay, please let us know. And that probably does it. All right. Thanks so much for joining me tonight for my silly night of postcards. We'll do it again next week, since that nasty rumor of me having a mute button on last week. I don't think I did. I think I played with it. Have some fun. Think of something that you make generally. Change the size, change the application, and you'll have something new and creative. You can do it. Thank you all, and have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.